Please remember to like, subscribe, and never forget to ring that bell.
Seconds away from showtime. I love this part.
We're back! Amazing costumes, amazing performances, amazing reveals.
Everything is bigger. The audience, the talent, the voice.
It's crazy.
What is up, everyone? I'm Chris Knight, and you are watching The Real Review 3000 here with a belated version of Unmasking the Masked Singer because of baseball. That's baseball. Baseball has been a thorn in my side. I love you, baseball, but again, Anyway, let's talk about this really quick. We're going to go over everything that happened on Muppets Night. New unmasking that actually we can go and say we guessed on. Yay! And did we get it right? We'll talk about that here in a minute. And let's say you got pretty cool little reveal there also. And then we'll talk about next week and who's been voted off and all that fun stuff. So let's go with the first person, the Beetle. That's the first person who was voted off, I should say. But the Beetle, it was Jerry Springer. He sang The Way You Look Tonight by Frank Sinatra. And the clue package was as such. Talked about the Beatles' life being anything but normal. Well, it's Jerry Springer, so that's pretty obvious. He says he was born in a land far away and that all his family wanted was the American dream. He was born in the UK. I believe he is an American citizen by birth because one of his parents was American. He was just born overseas. Talks about his involvement in public service because that's what good Beatles do. And yes, he was in 1970, he ran for city council in Cincinnati, but was called into service for, I think, the Vietnam War because he was an Army reservist. So he wasn't able to actually finish that campaign. And then in 74, he came back. He won a seat on the city council in Cincinnati and then did this little thing where he paid for a prostitute with a check. I've heard rumors that that was a city check. I've heard rumors that that city check bounced. I don't know if that's any true, but I do know he paid for a prostitute with a check in 1974 when he was on the city council. In 75, though, because of honesty, after a reporter even claimed that his career was over and done for, in 75, he re-won that seat in a resounding landslide win. And because he was honest about it, he said, yes, I did this. Yes, and he faced it up front. So, hey, I mean, great for him. He also tried, I don't know what year it was, but he tried to run for governor. He lost. He came in like a distant third. And he's thought several times again about either running for Senate or governor. But the latest one was, I think, in 21. He thought about it, but he said he was too old, so he just didn't do it. Anyways, all that public service stuff. He talks about how his life took a dramatic turn. Well, the whole thing with making the check out to the prostitute made him a household name, all that stuff. But also his name, Jerry Springer, because of his show. Let's see here. He talks about how his work has been called some of the worst of all time. Well, it has, but people watch it and it's entertaining, I guess. But just horrible the things that he puts on there. And since talk shows, I think there's supposed to be some modicum of truth to it. I'm not sure, if that's actually all true, but I don't know. I've never really dug that deep into it. If it was just, I don't know. But it's entertaining, I guess, for some people. He also says that his name has been on lights on London's West End, and that he was one of the biggest movies of the 90s. He was in Austin Powers. His show was featured in part of that, where Dr. Evil and Scott Evil came onto the show. So that's where that comes from. I don't know what the West End, name in London's West End's lights or whatnot. I don't know what that means right offhand, but it doesn't really matter. Mentions X Factor in it and says you've heard his voice and yelled his name at your TV. Well, I believe he was a producer, executive producer, or something like that with X Factor. And he also, of course, Jerry. Anyways, that's how that goes. So, of course, that's why he says that stuff. Up next, so we're going to talk about Robo Girl. We guessed Cat Graham, and it was Cat Graham. Let's just, the surfboard. Oh, I forgot to tell you. No, I think I did tell you that the Beetle did The Way You Look Tonight by Frank Sinatra. Cat Graham sang Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen, and I don't think that was the right choice for her because lots of stuff with that. Male and female singers, both alike, have a very, very hard time singing that because of all the different changes, all the tempo changes, all the different emotional voice changes, everything in that. It's a very difficult song. I don't think that was the best one for her. I think that might be why she was voted off. You can guess on that all day and night. But anyways, the Surfboard for the Teen Choice Award, that's what that was. Vampire Diaries, all that stuff, the Pharrell stuff, she was in the background of that. That all became true because that's who it was. The 2 Jars of Honey and Honey 2, all that. It was Cat Graham, the cat, the alley in Andrew Lloyd Webber Night, the cat, from Cats. So all of that led right there. Now, we're going to talk about the Lambs, but I'm not going to tell you who I think the Lambs are yet. I'm going to tell you who some of the guesses were and why I think they're wrong. I'm going to break this down really quick. The Lambs. They mentioned that they practically grew up with Miss Piggy as a fashion icon or whatever, and grew up with each other. They also said they were Beverly Hills besties from day one. They said they were a trope and loved to play pretend. They said it led to a massive career on stage and screen. They say they've been around the world on billboards, on countless red carpets, and then they mentioned being able to live their childhood dreams with their besties by their sides. Okay, so one of the guesses, Kardashians. Okay, maybe, but I don't think they can sing. 1, 2, too young because of that Muppet clue, that Miss Piggy clue. That puts it in, like, growing up in early mid-70s or late 60s. Like, maybe they were like 8 when Miss Piggy came in 75 or 76. I don't remember which one. I think it was 76 because I was born in 77. I think the Muppets began in 76. But anyways, that's a really big clue here. So I think that it puts the Kardashians out. Haim was mentioned, that puts them out. So we're going to cut them out right there just by that. So let's talk about the Chicks, Dixie Chicks. They said that. Somebody said that. So, okay, maybe that, 'cause I think that's about the right age range for them. But I don't think they're from LA, and if they are, fine, whatever. I don't remember any movies they've been in, and I don't really think that they grew up together. I don't know that. Maybe I'm wrong. Say I'm wrong, it's fine. I still don't think that's who it is, more for one reason overall. I don't hear the country singing in there. Once you sing country for a long time, it's just kind of in your voice and you recognize it. You can try to disguise it. It's going to be there. So I really think that's more what takes it away from the Chicks. Because I believe that it's Wilson Phillips. And every one of these clues absolutely fits with Wilson Phillips. They mentioned they practically grew up with Miss Piggy's right age time. They were born late 60s, early 70s, I can't remember. But they were 60s children. China Phillips, I can never remember their names when I need to, but from Mamas and Papas, her parents came from that. And then Wendy Wilson and Carney Wilson, both Brian Wilson's kids. So they were in that California group of, now I don't want to say hippies, but they all communed together and were around each other, and they grew up together because those groups were very close in things together. So that whole Beverly Hills besties, they were from LA. I don't know about Beverly Hills, but LA they were. They said that they were trope and loved to play pretend. I'm sure that they wanted to mimic their parents and sing together and act like that. And that just probably made their parents say, hey, we can use this and we can put them out there and they can sing. And hey, look, it's pedigree. I mean, Beach Boys, Mamas and Papas, perfect. And that formulated into the career that they had in the 90s. So that massive career they talk about, the stage part for sure, but I wasn't sure about the screen. I guess, hate me if you want, I've never seen Bridesmaids, but Bridesmaids, they performed Hold On Bridesmaids, so right there on screen. So they've been around the world. They have their parents and themselves, billboards, countless red carpets, all of that, and living their childhood dreams with their besties. They grew up together. So obviously, I mean, I've heard them talk about their personal connection to each other, that they were sometimes each other's support system. So all of that makes very much sense. So I really think that's who this is Wilson Phillips. They did sing Hold On, guys, or not Hold On, but Hot and Cold by Katy Perry, and it sounded amazing. So that was a perfect choice. I think that's why they went forward. But yeah, I think that it just matches. And then let's throw in the hint that tonight's show is going to be 90s night. So that just fits right in there, especially if they win and go on, whatever. But even if they get unmasked because it's 90s night, whatever, it fits really, really well. Now, let's talk about 90s night really quick. The Instagram clues on Instagram, of course, is tap shoes, the word hocus pocus looking kind of Halloweenish, walnuts and orange juice. I believe it was walnuts. Didn't look like almonds, but I don't know. So those are the clues for the show itself. Then the lambs are going to be on it, milkshake, and if you know Johnny Rockets, go to the Instagram. There was something about some promotion that the milkshake was doing for Johnny Rockets for a discount or something. So if you like that, go ahead, check that out. Walrus had a little video about likes or what he likes over one, or what he likes this or that. He likes dogs over cats, Christmas over Halloween, or he don't know yet, but pizza over ice cream, and prefers doing laundry over dishes. Okay, anyways, that's all we got, so it'll make sense after tonight. So check tonight's show out. Let's go over who's been voted off. The night was William Shatner, no guest, first performance. Hedgehog, Eric Idle, no guest, first performance. Hummingbird, Chris Kirkpatrick, we did guess because it moved on to the next week, and we were correct on Chris Kirkpatrick. That's one right. Pirate, Jeff Doman, no guest, first performance. Panther, Montel Jordan, no guest, first performance. The Mummies, Barry Williams, Christopher Knight, and Mike Lucaland, no guest, first performance. The Fortune Teller, Damon John, no guest, first performance. Maze was Mario Cantone, no guest, first performance. Mermaid was Gloria Gaynor, no guest, first performance. And then Beetle was Jerry Springer, no guest, first performance. And then Robo Girl was unmasked. Our guess was Cat Grant. That was a correct guess. That's two guesses that had been revealed and two guesses that were right. And the harp is still yet to be found out. We say that's Amber Riley. You know that. Everybody knows that because we talked about that quite a bit. And so with that said, guys, I just want to say to you, everybody out there, think about each other. Be good to each other. Be nice to each other. It's a weird, crazy world. Lots of craziness, lots of violence, lots of different views that don't always match with each other. But hey, guys, we're all here together. Please be kind to each other. I say this on my father's 6th anniversary of his death. Today, my father died 6 years ago, and it makes you think about life in a different way. So I just want everybody out there to know that you are special. You are a good person. Deep inside, you have something that can change people around you. Be nice to each other and let them know you care, even if it's just a smile walking by somebody. Sometimes that's all somebody needs. So please remember that. And thank you for watching. I am Chris Knight. This has been the Real Review 3000, and I am officially out of here. Be good to each other.
Please remember to like, subscribe, and never forget to ring that bell. Follow Chris Knight and The Real Review 3000 on these platforms. For email and Patreon, see the description box below. To reach The Ego, use the Twitter handle @TheEgo5150. We would like to thank the generous members of The Real Review 3000. Those members are JJ, aka Sithlord 3827, Anzo of Biggerford Entertainment, Yvette, Sean Stackhouse, Captain Trek, Jesse Ritchie, and Abraham Morales. Thank you for your support and donations that help us at The Real Review 3000 bring you, the viewer, better content. For information on how to become a member, click the join button below.